So, a little bit of a background. My work, I work for the government, and it's been going great. My bosses have been awesome. Security's been great. HR has been wonderful. Obviously, clearances are a big issue if you work on a base. So, I'm all good with the higher up people. The only people that don't know are my coworkers right now. And I'm not going to tell them until I get my name changed and my gender designation changed. Because of where I work, they want both of those things done at the same time. Just because it's, I guess, easier for them in the system, so they don't have to redo it in 6 months after, trying to get my gender designation form done. But that made me have a bit of a snag, because on the form, the gender designation form, it specifically says that you can't have a naturopath sign it in the state of Washington. They don't consider naturopaths physicians. So, I've been seeing a naturopathic doctor for the past 8 months, and I was basically like, shit. I'm paying more for somebody and they actually care about me, and they go above and beyond, but, for some reason, the state of Washington doesn't recognize their practice as that, like being a physician. So I basically emailed him and was like, I've got a bit of a problem here. What can we do? He gave me a couple options. The first option I wasn't a fan of, just because of where I work, which was to, and I don't think he was really pushing for it either, was to not scribble, but basically try to make it illegible. Well, when I talked to the DOL, because that's who actually does the gender designation form. They're the ones that change it on your ID. But it goes through the capital of your state. So, anyway, the guy was like, actually, we've been thinking about this, and, he's not the one who was in charge of it, obviously, for the naturopath, but he was saying that, they're really strict about it, and it needs to be legible or it will be declined. So, option 1 was out. Option 2 was to meet with another physician, go under that physician, so register with him, and then we do like a group meeting. So my doctor, my naturopath doctor, comes and meets up with this physician, and they tell the story basically, and he'll sign it. And I like that option better, but it seemed a little messy, but it was better than nothing, But I was looking at, okay, it'll be a couple months, from now, just because he needs to be able to say that he's been seeing me. So I was like, well, we'll see what happens. Well, I had gotten my blood done, and I was going up for a checkup to see my naturopathic doctor, and I ended up getting a call from my other doctor's office, OBGYN, unfortunately, saying that I needed to get my annual checkup, and I was like, crap, are you freaking, whatever, let's get it over with. So I called him up and set up an appointment for the same day. Get in there, tell her, I promise I won't react the way I did before, because I told her that I was trans and FTM, and she, was very, very considerate and very nice about it. But was just trying to say, you need to check up anyway. You need to be healthy. And I was like, you're right, So anyway, we're in there, she does what she does, and everything looks good, is what she says. Sorry, you're sliding the computer. And then I just happened to have the form, and I was like, maybe she can sign it. So I was like, so, could you sign this form? I told her the situation, what was up, and she said, that's weird. I would think that the state would recognize naturopaths as being physicians. Of course I'll sign it. And I was blown away, because I was thinking, with an OBGYN, your junk needed to be, the same as the gender that you're going for. So I was thinking, okay, there's no way in hell, because she's not known for being, treating queer people. She's just a well-known doctor in the area. Well, she was very, very cool. By the way, anybody in Seattle area, Dr. Susan Harvey at Swedish Medical Hospital off Madison. Anyway, great OBGYN, very kind lady, knows how to kind of react with trans people, and she's very empathetic. I'm not trying to, she doesn't treat you differently, but she just knows, she's just kind. She's a kind lady. Anyway, so she signed my form. I was just flipping happier than heck, and then I happened to have the next day off. So I had my appointment with her, then my appointment with the other doctor, my naturopath doctor. Told him the situation. He was happy and pleased about that. And we went over my blood work and things like that. And but then the next day I decided, hey, I've got this form. I've got my petition form. Might as well just, why don't I just get that done and out of the way, and so this is what, in the state of Washington, King County, this is what the form looks like. Anyway, this is a petition form. So I petitioned to change my name, and they told me, okay, come back at 1:30. You'll be meeting with a judge in room blah blah blah. You'll present yourself, answer a couple questions, and so I was just like, all right, this is happening. This is happening now. So in my break time, I sent off my gender designation form to the Capitol with a copy of my driver's license. So that's all you need for that, is the gender designation form signed with a physician, their definition of physician, signature, and it has all the information like DEA number, registration number, their license number, when it expires, all those things need to be on there and need to be current, and as a doctor, so sent that in and I was taken care of, and then I went back to the courthouse, just ecstatic. Get up there, and there are a record number of name changes, apparently, and I get in to the court area, and they go through the small claims, so small civil disputes. They go through that, and everybody went to mediation who was doing that. So it was all together in one room. So name changes, and then these civil suits. And then they leave the room to do their mediation, and we're there with the judge, all these people with name changes, and there's an area of queer, you just, we all smiled at each other, and one guy went up for changing his last name, so him and his partner got married. Another girl went up, and her last name changed through a partnership, civil union, I believe. And then there were 2 other trans people. Except when they went up, she called like a name for gender, like the gender I would expect. And so I was really confused. I was like, oh, maybe I was wrong, maybe oops. No, but then when it came to my name, she said Michael Thomas, and then my last name, and so I got up, I went to the podium, and, I wasn't, and because I had heard everybody else going through it, I knew what to expect, but when I had first gone in there, I was not expecting there to be a whole bunch of people there, so I was nervous about her reading my statement, because I said that I was trans in there, because I didn't know that other people were going to be there. So she said, she listed off questions. She had me, swear, oath, and then she asked questions like, is this going to harm anybody? Are you changing your name to get out of debt collections or something like that? Are you a pedophile? Or I don't think that was right. It might have been like, are you an offender of some sort or something? Sorry, I can't remember. I was just like, no, oh my God, this is happening, and then she said, I hereby blah, 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 by the state of Washington, more gracefully than this, but, sign this to change your name to Mr. Michael Thomas Wallner. I had been doing great before that. I had been not hearing her or anything, and then when she said that, I just it was like tear vomit. I wasn't like crying, and it wasn't coming out of my mouth, obviously, and I wasn't drooling. My sister asked if that's what that meant, but no, I was like, like all of a sudden it was just like, and it wasn't crying, I mean, it was just like, it burst a little bit, and she saw, how happy I was, and she smiled, and I just, anyway, so, here it is. I want to, laminate this or something, but, here's my signed, certified, whatever, court order, that's what it is. I'm really good at speaking. But court order saying, that I have officially changed my name. So, I'm ecstatic. Next step is tell security at work that it's already happened. In 6 to 8 weeks, I'll be getting my gender designation changed on my ID card with my legal name. And, yeah. I told my parents, and they were very, it was definitely a sad time because, I've officially basically killed the name, my birth name. Even though it was gone before, it was just, it was hard for them, But, my family and I were doing really well, so life's going great. It's amazing, actually. I couldn't be happier at this point in my life. And if anybody has questions in the state of Washington, what exactly you need to do, just let me know, and I'll answer those. So, yeah. Good luck to everybody out there, and
Distortion stumbles at the speed.